Hey guys, this is Joe Bhagwat and I welcome you back to my channel. So it's my second video during the quarantine and I'm so excited because it's a vlogging setup, one of my favorite videos out there. So basically I just thought that for talking about vlogging setup you need to have like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and only then you're like eligible to talk about your vlogging setup. But then I got this question from a lot of you guys and I just thought of chalo ek video bana dete hain. What, I have like 40 videos on YouTube that are all vlogs and I thought that just maybe I could be a good fit to talk about my vlogging setup. I hope answers all your questions, and if you still have more then you can definitely comment below. Also, before you watch the complete video, don't forget to hit that like button, also subscribe, so that I just want you guys to be my subscribers. Just be there with me. Okay, hang on. I basically have my one vlogging camera, which is the Canon G7X Mark II. The main feature of it that it flips the screen, just makes it much better for vlogging. The only issue that I've come across is the stabilization. It sucks in the Canon G7X Mark II and it's been a major problem to me, especially when I'm like on the rocky road. Then I have my phone, which is the iPhone 8 Plus. So this used to be like my setup before. Basically I got this phone for vlogging purposes, so it's the iPhone 8 Plus. And so what I do is I don't have any handheld tripod or anything, so this thing that comes with the tripod, so basically I use that and it just makes like a very good grip. I basically carry only 2 of these, and then I always I have this lightweight tripod. The height is not sufficient. I need to like bend down in order to fit in the frame. It's always good to have a tripod, some instrument wherein you can just mount your phone or your camera. I got this from Dubai and it was for like 400 rupees only. And so basically you can get it in any market selling camera equipment. Next is if you don't have an action camera or if your phone is not waterproof, then carrying something of this sort. So recently on my trip I had carried this. I sort of put my phone into this and just put it in this and just I took it in the water, though I did not dip it, and though my phone is waterproof, I still did not take that risk. Apart from that, I also make sure that I have the charger, of course. Then I have the power bank. Power bank is like super essential because sometimes what happens is if my camera runs out of battery, then I use my phone, and also if it's raining then I use my phone because my phone is like waterproof, so I can just shoot whatever I want. And additionally I also make sure that I have storage card. Apart from that, if it's like a long trip, if it's like a trip for more than 4 days or 5 days, then I always carry my laptop and a hard disk, so that I can just transfer my data from the camera or my phone to my hard disk and my laptop. So first I'm going to talk about pre-trip. So pre-trip is basically making an itinerary, then deciding what spots I'm going to be visiting and just carrying the right equipment. If it's a camping trip, then I'm sure that I'll be capturing the sunrise and the sunset, so I'll be needing a tripod for that. Okay, so during the trip what I do is, so basically I'm someone who loves to enjoy where she goes, as opposed to always be glued to her camera and her phone. But for me, like when I go on travels, it's always like a balance between work and travel, so I do take those breaks to just be technology free. So whenever I go on trips, the footage is quite raw. Like I don't pre-decide that okay, I'm gonna be shooting this, okay, so I'll just take this shot, I'll just take that shot. No, so I just go there and whatever I feel is worth capturing, I just capture that. Making cinematic films is fine, but like basically I'm a vlogger and I like to capture the rawness of that moment. Like for instance, my footage will be all shaky. If it's like a rocky road, then I look really pathetic. I would look really ugly because I'm so tired from an overnight train journey or from a camping, overnight camping, and just my eyes are puffy and I'm all dehydrated because that's how it is. I mean, that's what traveling is all about. You cannot be like all decked up in makeup and walls. And basically I always have my camera ready with me, no matter where, no matter what. I always have it, just wrapped around me, and that's how I travel. Okay, so if it's like a long trip, like I told you already, during the trip I also transfer my data. Like for instance, if like it's like a long day of travel, so once I go to the hotel or hostel, what I do is I transfer all the data. So I keep one copy on my laptop and one copy on my hard disk, so that I'm sure that I've not lost any content. So next is always having power bank with you, and with power bank your phone, because you're obviously going to be needing your phone if your camera runs out of battery. And then yeah, also carrying my lightweight tripod, because like especially if you're solo, then you need something to capture yourself. But otherwise you can always ask the passers-by, whomever you think is trustworthy enough, so you can just ask them to shoot you. And then is editing. So if it's like I have some time off in my hands, then I just open my laptop and I start editing. That just happens. I mean, I cannot just sit there and not do anything, so I open my laptop automatically and I just start editing. Post trip, and once I'm back home, I just sort of go through my data, and just already the data is like arranged from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, or depending on the location. Like if I'm going from 5 to 6 places, then depending on the location I already divide the data. So I just like edit one by one, then I have to search for the music, then also edit the thumbnails and upload it on YouTube, and all those hashtags and whatnot. So it's just like a long process. And if you want a video on like how I edit my videos, then definitely comment below and I'll do that, or you can also message me on Instagram. Okay, so next is the vlogging software. So currently I use FCP 10, the Final Cut Pro 10 on my Mac. But there was a time when I used to use Power Director. So Power Director works on Windows, and I'm sure it also works on Mac. And then for someone who does not want to go with such a complicated software, they can also go for iMovie, because there was like quite a time in my vlogging history that I used to use iMovie, but like recently I made a switch to FCP 10. Always carrying a cover with you, like mobile cover. Like I already told you guys, it's one of my equipment that I use while I'm traveling. So it's the basically it's the cover, mobile cover. Okay, so next tip is just don't go all out and ruin the fun of traveling, because you are there on the trip to travel, to enjoy, and not to just work. So I've just been on so many trips with other vloggers and bloggers, and I've seen they've been like, they go all out to capture content, and for me it's always been like raw, just showing the trip exactly the way it is. Okay, next is the battery. So if you can buy another battery for your camera, but if you cannot do that, then the best thing is just preserving it as much as possible, just understanding that what is important content and what is not, and just basically going through your old footage to understand that whether this is what you really need. Sort of asked myself that whether this shot is really important, and accordingly I used to skip it or not. So that's how I saved my battery. Another thing is always having your phone fully charged and handy, because when your camera battery runs out, your phone is going to be of immense help. And so with phone also carry your power bank. Okay, so then the storage, so you can either carry a laptop and a hard disk, or you can just carry 2 cards. So basically I carry 2 cards right now, and one is like 16 GB and one is 32 GB. So I always carry 2 cards with me whenever I go on travels. Okay, and last tip is you can make great videos, great content even on your phone. So just because you want to start out as a vlogger, just because you want to start out this career, does not mean you need to invest in like a lot of expensive equipment. And it's not that you need heavy duty stuff to vlog, because you're vlogging, you're not doing any sort of cinematic. And even basically when you can do cinematic footage using your phone, so it's not necessary that you need to have like great camera for that. So yeah guys, that's it. If you like this video, please hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified to all the videos that I upload. Do comment below if you found this video useful, and do let me know if you have any suggestion or whatever related to vlogging or anything else, then you can definitely comment below. And that's it. I will see you in my next vlog. Stay tuned. An amazing vlog is coming soon, so just stay tuned for that. Bye.